and welcome to another leadership video. Today's video is going to be slightly different in the sense that it's going to be an interview as opposed to the usual lesson. And today we have JV, who's a coach, an entrepreneur, humanitarian, and best-selling author of the book Undying Optimism. Thank you, JV, for being here today. And to start, I'd like to ask you on your perspective of leadership. What does leadership mean to you?
Great question. Leadership is serving people in love. So the highest level of leadership is love, serving people.
That's interesting.
Simple definition of leadership.
Okay, I love that. And what made you go into coaching?
Yeah, I went through so much in my life, and I reached a point where I lost everything, and I didn't have an opportunity to do anything other than step up into my own leadership to get out of my situation. So people who are watching, if you want to know my story, you can read my book, Undying Optimism. That has everything about me. But that's how I got into leadership. And without that leadership, I would not have gotten out of my situation.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. So why do you think that coaching is important in the business world, especially nowadays?
Yeah, nowadays it's everything is very complicated. It seems simple, but the complexity makes it simple. But anything that's simple behind is a complexity around. So you need to have coaches. Yeah, so you need to have coaches because when you have a coach is someone who will see the things that you don't see.
Right.
So they will guide you in the right path. I mean, you probably know everything, but when you are in the thick of things, you don't see things.
Yeah,
The
true.
coach's job is to help you see that and empower you to take action and guide you in the right path.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't really know what coaches do. And so they bring a level of awareness to you in which you can see what you're not seeing at the moment and help you reach the solutions on your own.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you mentioned before that your book, Undying Optimism, is sort of like about your journey out of the darkness. And so do you feel that self-leadership helped you get to that place in which, it was so difficult for you to get out of it? Do you feel like leadership helped you out of it, maneuver you away? And do you have any also advice for people that are going through a similar situation maybe, or right now are in a difficult place in their lives?
Great question. So I think you asked two questions.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, the first question is, if I understood correctly, you were asking, did leadership, your own personal leadership help you get out of the situation? Yes, absolutely. So if you're not a leader yourself, you're not going to help other people.
True.
So you need to prove to yourself that you can lead, and then you can lead other people. So yes, my situation, without my own personal leadership, I would not have gotten. A lot of people helped me, but because of my leadership, I reached out to the right people and got the right help to get out of the situation. So it starts with you, right? Number one.
Yeah. Do you think it's a mindset?
I think it's 90% of everything I went through and got out was all mindset. And then 10% is action.
True.
It's a combination of both, but 90% starts with mindset.
Okay.
Yeah. And the second question you asked me is,
Do you have any advice for people going through similar situations or any hardships in their life at the moment?
yes. Yeah, so I really don't have advice. I only have suggestions. So because the reason I don't give advice to people is that advice is coming from my own personal experience. My experience will not be the same experience for somebody else. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody is traveling on their own train. It's a different train, different experience. My experience, they can see it and take things that are applicable to them and apply. So I can only give suggestions. Having said that, it all starts with you. You can't blame people. You can't blame the situation. You have to take ownership. I even call extreme ownership. Even if you
accountability.
Yes, exactly. Even if you feel like you're not responsible, take ownership. See what happens. It makes a huge difference. When you don't take ownership, you feel like a victim. When you feel like a victim, nothing happens. So that's
That's pretty good advice.
Yeah.
I would say. So, how do you motivate yourself on a daily basis? How do you get out there and make things happen? And I know a lot of people that want to do things, but sort of just talk about it. So
Yeah.
what do you do with people like this? What do you say to them?
No, that's a great question. I think people are easily motivated by certain things. So you need to find what that is that makes you motivated. For example, for me, I went through so much in my life that I can't live like that. So I made a commitment to myself that I can't be like that. I'm better than that. So that's a commitment that I made to myself. Likewise, every individual, they have to look into their own personal life, see what they see. If they want to get out of any situation that may be, they need to get that motivation from that same situation they're struggling with.
From within.
Within, yes. It starts within, exactly. And then you take action from that motivation. Motivation is not permanent. It changes every day. You got to keep going back to that why you want to get out. Keep going back to
I like
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's not every day. That's interesting.
Yes.
So what do you feel that leadership nowadays is missing?
I think leadership nowadays is missing love. Because people think that just because they're a leader, they can say anything, they don't care about people.
That is so true, yeah.
Love and compassion is a huge part of leadership. At least in my opinion, those are the big things to bring people together. You can bring anybody to love and compassion.
Okay. What do you say to leaders that say we don't have time for that? We're in the business world. Everything happens quickly, and we don't have time to talk or love everyone or like pay attention to each employee's needs.
Right. No, I know it's challenging to do that, but I think if you have to decide what do you want to do. You want to accomplish something short time, not sustainable, or you want something for a long run. Are you running a sprint? Or are you running a marathon? So you got to make a decision. So based on that, if you want a marathon, you want to bring love. Only love can survive for a long time. Sprint, you can do other things other than love, but that won't long last.
It won't sustain.
Exactly. So you have to make a choice, do a decision.
So basically, give your employees love and attention. So what do you think is the best way to communicate that? So if you're working in a company, how is the best way for a leader to communicate to his staff that I care about you, you matter, and you know?
That's another great question. I think that a lot of the time we talk about a lot of things, but we don't take action.
Yeah.
Action speaks volumes. So you have to show that you care. You know, everybody is motivated by different things. Some people may be motivated by money, bonus. Some people motivated by caring, how much you care about their family, about themselves. So you can't apply same motivational things for everybody. Everybody's different.
Right.
So you have to show action rather than just saying things. So that's the key. Because anybody can talk about anything, but what separates you from everybody else is that action you take. So that's what it's.
Is there a specific leader that you feel is a role model for you and that you want to be like, or sort of like see him in your everyday life and it inspires you?
Yeah, no, there are a lot of great leaders. I like Mahatma Gandhi. I also like Nelson Mandela. These people are like really, went beyond their leadership skills, united people in love, compassion.
So most of these are servant leaders. Do you consider yourself as a serving leader?
I am a servant leader, exactly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a specific way in which you believe that you want to live life through? Like you're living through coaching right now, you're living through serving people. Is this because of the experiences that you live through in life? Do you feel like that is what makes you want to help people?
Yes, no, absolutely. I think if I didn't have all this experience in my life, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So all these experiences, even though it was really bad and negative at that time, all those things, I learned some lesson out of it. All those things made me a stronger person. And I know that people are suffering. We all, wearing nice shirt, nice coat, jacket, but behind everything there is pain. Everybody has some pain. So you have to be compassionate to see that pain, try to get the best out of it, motivate. So that's where the leadership comes in. So the bottom line is you have to see through things. You can't just scratch the surface. You need to go deep.
Right. So a lot of people say that some leaders have a vision, but they have a vision only in like the business world, that they don't take the time to get to know their employees, they know the people. People are actually the building blocks of any organization. So what do you think about that in terms of building a business? Do you feel like people should first focus on the people or the strategy or the purpose of the business? Or how do they combine it all together in a way that makes it successful?
That's a great question. I call this a 3 Ps. So it's purpose, that's P number 1. People, that's P number 2. And the process. So you need to have the combination of both. Number 1, the purpose is very important. You need to know why you're doing things.
Right.
So you start with the why. And then once you know the why, then you need the people to execute the why. And then you need to have the right process to execute. So the combination of all those 3 Ps, purpose, people, purpose, process. You need that. Yeah.
So it's a combination of all of it together
Right.
to make sure it works. And so how do you know that you have the right people to serve your purpose? How do you, is there like a sort of selection process that you go through, or do you follow your gut, or, you know, because I feel like different leaders do different things.
Right. No, that's a great question. So the first thing that I do with anybody I meet up with, if I'm hiring them for my business, is I am seeing myself in them. Is that somebody that I can work with on a daily basis? I can teach anybody any skill, but I'm looking for the attitude. I'm looking for the same mindset.
Right.
Because anybody can acquire the skills in the long run by learning and teaching themselves and doing things. But you can't change. A lot of people don't change their attitude. That's the difficult part. So I hire the people with the right attitude. Even if they don't have the skills, I hire the people with the right attitude.
That's interesting because I always tell people that to me leadership is an attitude. It's a way of life. You know, it's not a button that you turn on and off. And I actually wish a lot of leaders would think similarly to you, because I feel like we live in a world where all they care about is degrees, qualifications, and skills, and they fail to see and study someone's attitude and personality as much as they should be, you know, because that should be the main thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Tell me, what do you think about emotional intelligence in leadership?
Oh, that's a huge part of being a great leader. Because emotional intelligence actually comes from more compassion, in my opinion.
Empathy.
Empathy, exactly, right. So if you can't put yourself in the other person's shoe, you cannot really get connected or deeply connected with the person. So it's very important to understand putting yourself in that person's shoe to see where he or she is coming from.
Yeah.
Then you can connect. Once you connect, you can really demand anything from anybody. Anybody will do it for you without even asking.
Because they believe in you,
Exactly.
and they believe that they can trust you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
And
they
that
believe
you're
that-
genuine, true.
Right, and they believe that you care about them.
Exactly, because no one cares what you do until they know that you care.
Exactly, I was going to say that. Wow, same thing I was going to say. Right on
Coaches
the money.
think alike. That's interesting. So, a lot of people that I talk to tell me that I can't be too empathetic in the workplace. That shows that I'm weak, or you know, and I feel like maybe they don't really understand when to use their emotions and when not to. So, do you have any thoughts about that?
I think that's people who really don't understand the real depth of leadership. Because, you know, you have to show your emotions. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. If you say you're a human with no emotions, I don't believe you. Because if you take the emotions out of a human being, there is nothing in your being. So that's what makes us human. So to be a leader, especially a great leader, you need to understand people's emotions, empathy. You need to have the big emotional intelligence to deal with people and how to get the best out of people.
To connect with them, basically.
Connect and get the best. Yeah, absolutely. So it's very important. So whatever they're thinking, I don't believe that.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today, for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this interview. I really appreciate it. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week, and looking forward to helping you grow.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome, anytime.